Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can use external range liquidity or external move and internal range liquidity or internal move to increase your precision and accuracy in trades. So let's just start on the daily time frame. Let's just pretend we can't see these two candles, so we can only see up to Friday the 20th. So what can we see here? We can see a fair value gap, just big daily fair value gap right here. But as we move on to the 4 hour, we can see that there's a more relevant fair value gap we can use. So I think we can use that one instead. As I hop on to the next time frame, as I hop on to my other chart, I'm going to talk about the internal moves and external moves. So an internal move is basically when PD arrays such as fair value gaps, order blocks, breaker blocks, mitigation blocks, they're being respected. What does that mean? It means that if this is a bearish fair value gap, we're going in the direction it wants to go. So anything opposite in the direction is an external move. I think this way of thinking makes it a lot simpler. So here we can go from an external move. An external move is basically a liquidity sweep, which is a turtle soup. So there's an external move to the upside, and then we see this insane bearish leg down. And then here, this is where we can combine our market structure and our FLOD, LLOD, and OD to increase our confluences and have a higher chance of a win rate. As is mentioned previously, this was an external move, so a liquidity sweep. An internal move would be price respecting the PD array. So in this case, the higher time frame PD array on the 4 hour, this is what is respecting. So we continue in the direction of the PD array, so we're respecting it because this is a bearish fair value gap. And then this is where we have our FLOD and OD. So we have external move, internal move, and then we have another external move onto a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, this right here. In order for it to be an external move, it has to sweep a previous high or low. So in this case, it would sweep a previous high. So if we can go on the 1 minute time frame, we can actually find that it did sweep a previous high. Swept one right around here. So this 1 minute swing high, it swept this one. So we can count that as an external move. So back on the 15-minute, we can see that we can enter with our FLOD, our LLOD, and our OD. So our OD would, in this case, would be a breaker as the high and the low gets taken and we come back into this area. And you can see that mean threshold is being respected here. So we're all good here. And you can see we could possibly take a trade here. So in Arjo's video, this is one last thing I would like to add. He says he wants to see 2 bearish price legs before we take a trade. So this would be a pretty good example of 2 bearish price legs. You can even classify some of these. You can see this was an external move actually. As we wick into this fair value gap, it swept a previous high on the 15-minute. So this was an external move, and then we have an internal move, and then we have another external move, and then we have an internal move. So on the next external move, this is where it would be the best to enter with our confluences. We have our intermediate term low right here where we target, and as mentioned, after you pass the intermediate term low, you do expect a healthy retracement, normally back into a PD array. In this case, it would be a fair value gap on the 15-minute. So you would enter on here. So on the 5-minute time frame, I can see that there is another bearish fair value gap right here. we can use that to increase our confluences because there is an order block. We can use this order block overlapping with a breaker and with a nearby fair value gap. We can enter off here to increase our precision. So we would probably enter when price reaches the mean threshold of the order block. So that is it for today.